I have a problem. I'm interested in almost everything. Give me one interesting YouTube video, 5 minutes on the internet, or even a very hard conversation, and all of a sudden I'm convinced that I found a new career path. I want to paint, I want to code, I want to build apps, I want to create events. I want to do so many different things. I want to even do ideas that were not even in my mind yesterday. After a long time, I thought the answer was that I needed more motivation. I thought I needed a better schedule, a better system, more productivity, more motivation, or some complicated productivity system that will help me manage all my tasks. But eventually, I realized that the problem was not that I lacked motivation. The problem was that I had too much of it. I didn't need another reason to start something new. I needed a reason to decide what was worth continuing. So I created one rule for myself. And this one rule has completely changed how I see things, how I structure my life, and how I decide what projects to take and what projects to leave behind. I call it the 5 years rule. One part isn't the rule. It isn't the 5 years. It is a question. It's a question forces you to admit something about yourself. I call it the 5 years rule. And I call it the 5-year rule. And the most important part isn't even the 5 years. I call it the 5-year rule. And the most important part isn't even the 5 years. It is what the question forces you to ask about yourself. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Victor. I make videos for people trying to grow and become more intentional about the life that they are building. And I'm also what you call a serial hobbyist. I'm passionate about almost everything, which is either a gift or a very expensive personality trait. Sometimes we don't actually want the life that comes to the dream. We want the identity of being the person that actually achieved it. For example, someone may want to be a YouTuber, but they don't want to spend time editing, creating videos, posting online for months, despite having low views. Someone may want to be an artist, but do they enjoy those moments on a random Tuesday afternoon when they're just by themselves in the studio, just stuck with their canvas? So now, whenever something interests my mind, I don't even ask myself, can I make money from this? I don't even ask myself, will people think this is cool? I don't even ask myself, could I genuinely see myself successful at this thing? I ask myself one question. Can I see myself doing this thing continuously for 5 years? Even if the first few years are slow, quiet, and not the way I wanted it to go. Can I see myself still going at this thing for 5 years? Because this 5 years rule has really changed my life. And just to clarify, this is not signing a contract with the future, no. This is just me creating a filter for myself so I know what is good to pursue and what I shouldn't pursue. Because knowing myself and how I'm very passionate about a lot of things and very excited about different things, I had to create a filter for myself. Otherwise, I'll be pursuing way too many talents, opportunities, way too many skills than I have the time to manage. For example, YouTube. YouTube is exciting when you think about the audience, the money, you think about the follower count, subscribers. But if you change your mind and you start thinking about the process, think about the editing of the video, think about recording the video, think about the process of what it's going to take for you to get there in 5 years. So generally I ask myself, could I make videos even if I'm getting no views? Could I make videos even if nobody's watching? Can I make videos even if I don't feel like it? Can I see myself making videos continuously? And do I have enough to talk about continuously for at least the next 5 years? Am I going to enjoy the process of doing this even if I don't see the results early? That is how I'm rewiring my brain now. And could I still remain curious even when the excitement wears off? Because that's also a very important part. For example, with painting, I imagine every part of it. I imagine the painting process. I imagine the process where it doesn't get sales. I imagine the process where I'm in my studio by myself on a Tuesday. I imagine the process where I have to go to some gallery visits that I may not want to visit. I imagine myself going to these networking events. I imagine myself doing everything that I need to do to be a successful artist. And I imagine myself, if that doesn't work out, will I still be okay with this? Will it be something that I can live with? Will it be something that I am excited to still do even when I don't see the results? Because that is different. It's different when you're doing stuff and you're seeing the results. Yes, anyone can do that. But can you do stuff even when you don't see the results? Because that's where things kind of change a little bit. And for running a business, when you want to run a business, it's not just about the logo. It's not just about making money. You have to also think about, okay, can I be in this category? Can I be in this lane long enough, even when things are not working? Can I be able to bear it when I put out something and people don't actually buy it? Can I be able to bear it when customers decide to change their preferences and the things they like? Can I evolve with the business and the changing world that we're going with? Because when you start thinking about the process, because a lot of people think about the outcomes, but they never think about the output. You have to think about the output. I never think about the outcomes because the outcomes is out of your control. You have to control the controllables. So when you start thinking about this thing as far as a long-term goal, you start thinking about, okay, how do I control the outcomes of these situations? And for example, if you're going to the gym, can you see yourself going to the gym every day even when your muscles are not getting bigger? Can you go to the gym even when you're not losing that weight that you want to lose? Can you go to the gym when you're tired? Can you see yourself going to the gym when you don't feel like it? Because it's not always going to be. So I start reframing my mind and seeing what I want to do and deciding what I want to do. Is this worth pursuing? Because the things that make it worth pursuing is not just the outcome or the thing that I'm going to get from this particular thing that I'm getting into. The thing that's going to make it worthwhile is the process. The process is what I live every day of the journey, every day of the journey. Am I going to be able to enjoy? Am I going to be able to go to the gym on the days when I don't feel motivated? Am I going to be able to go to the gym on the days when I'm tired or my body is not giving me what I feel like it should be giving me by now? I'm not pretending that I'll know exactly what will happen in 5 years. I don't know what will happen in 5 years. In 5 years, my interests may change. What I like may change. What I'm doing with my life at the current time may change. The question isn't for me to predict the future perfectly. The question is for me to analyze the situation and see whether I can survive this situation long enough, even when all the excitement wears off, even when all the motivation wears off. Will I still see myself doing this? Is this something that I see myself doing? Also, it's important to know that some things are allowed to be just hobbies. Some things can just be hobbies. Some things are not going to be a lifetime plan, a 5-year plan. Some things you can just pick up interest in them, do them for a little bit, and that's cool. But once something starts demanding money, time, attention, energy, then you actually have to start asking yourself a more deeper question. This rule made me realize that the most valuable thing is not motivation. It's not even talent. It's sustained attention, because almost everything meaningful can grow when you give it sustained attention. But if you divide that attention with everything exciting that's coming into your head, then you remain a beginner at everything. And this is what the question forces you to admit. Do you actually love this thing, or do you love the version of yourself it's forcing you to become? I still have many ideas. I still have many interests. I still have many things that I'm very passionate about. I convince myself every Wednesday that I have a new idea that I'm about to pursue. But this one rule has kept me sane and kept me understanding and knowing what things are worth pursuing. This 5-year rule didn't remove my curiosity. It gave my curiosity a direction. It helped me to understand that I don't have to pursue every idea just because I am capable of pursuing it. Some ideas can inspire me without it becoming my responsibility. And the things that remain, the things that I see myself doing, even after I've thought about the hardship, even after I've gone through the hard stages, even after I feel like I don't have motivation to do that thing, the things that I still see myself doing, those are the things that I feel like are worth pursuing. Those are the things that I've told myself, okay, these are the things that are worth pursuing. Because your future is not going to be built by the ideas that excite you today, but it's going to be built by the ideas that you keep doing even when the excitement wears off. I hope you were able to learn a thing or two from this video today. I'm Victor. This is my 10th try at going at this YouTube thing. I've said I wanted to do it before. I've done it. Last year I started again. I wasn't consistent. This year I'm going to start again. And if I'm not consistent, I'm going to start again next year. And I'm going to keep starting again until I finally get it. And that's how much persistent that I need to do. And that's how much persistent that it might take for you to actually do that thing that you want to do. So yes, it might take 5 years. But you have to decide, is this something I'm willing to do for 5 years? Is this something I'm willing to see myself doing and keep doing and showing up for 5 years from now? Because that is going to be the difference from whether you decide to take this thing as just a hobby and just enjoy it for the moment, or you decide to take it as a full responsibility and take it as a life mission or passion or vision or something that you want to take seriously in your life. Well, I hope this video helps you today. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you on my next video. Thank you.